Smash Mouth Sports. I am your host, as always. We had a fiery night tonight, almost 2 hours. We are getting into it, baby. I'm feeling it, feeling the fire. Consider I had a bare knuckle fight. I felt like I was in a bare knuckle fight today with my migraine. Took a couple Advils, relaxed, had a couple bottles of water, feeling good. With me, as always, Cam Vieira. We had some great guests on earlier. We had Jeff. We had Coach David from St. Louis, who did a phenomenal job. We're learning the StreamYard. I got to say, I'm loving StreamYard right now. Cam, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I love it. It's as simple as it gets. A lot better than Skype.
It's a lot better than Skype. Skype is out with the old, in with the new. By the way, we had Jeff on. We had technical problems the first time we had him on stream. What I love about StreamYard, and no, this is not a paid advertisement from StreamYard. You can see StreamYard all over the thing here. I love StreamYard. I'm thinking about upgrading to the next level where I can take banners on, take banners off. I love StreamYard. Can't say enough great things about it. I love StreamYard a lot better than I love Kyrie Irving. I've got to say, you see it in the title, Kyrie has lost his mind. Kyrie has lost his damn mind. Kyrie is a great basketball player. Kyrie is a horrible teammate. I compare this with my good buddy at Spades. We'll get to you, Cam. Be patient. Is with Dean. Dean is selfish, but he's selfish in a way that I can work with, much like LeBron James when it comes to Spades. I know if Dean bids 3, Dean will get 3. He won't get 4. There's no chance of him getting 5. But if he bids 3, he's got 3. And I've got to do the tricky stuff. If we bid 7, I've got 3, he's got 3, I got to get the 7. I got to be the LeBron James. I got to get the rebounds. I got to get the assists. I got to get the steals. Let's hear it, Cam. You want to jump in about Kyrie? You've been more pro Kyrie than I have.
Don't give him credit for losing his mind, Preston. He's just an insufferable attention freak, is what he is. I don't think he has a mental illness or a mental disease at all. I think the man needs to be the center of attention about everything.
Yeah, I agree. I unfortunately agree with you. I love Kyrie the basketball player. I can't say enough great things about Kyrie the basketball, but Kyrie Irving the teammate, his split personality, he just can't get out of his own way. I felt this the other night with all the politics going on. We're not going to get into it. We're not going to derail the show. I feel Kyrie all times, if there's something in the news that he feels is taking the oxygen out of the room, he then feels the need to up the ante and take the oxygen out of the room, much like you've said.
Here's my thing about this. He's allowed to have his opinion on the events of Wednesday. He is, and they all are. You still have a job. You still have a job. We all have our opinion on what happened on Wednesday. We still went to work on Thursday. We still went to work today. We all have a job. He has a job. His job is to play basketball.
Yeah, his job is to play basketball. Look, I'm not telling him.
Into Steve Nash's career, he's already cutting Steve Nash's legs off.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I've got the standings right here. This is not going to be a long video like the last one, almost hour and a half. Here are the standings. I'm going to give facts. The facts tell me that the Brooklyn Nets are tied at 5-4 with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're tied. They're
Correct.
Both 5-4. This team, which we are going to dissect, is only 4-3 at home. They're 5-4 overall. The first 2 games they won. Correct?
Golden State and Boston. Correct. They looked all
Golden State and Boston. Now, beating Boston was a good win. Okay, now I've got the schedule right here. They beat the Wizards. They beat the Wizards. I don't know why. They beat the Wizards. Oh, that's preseason. I'm sorry. You're right. I stand corrected. They beat the Warriors. They beat the Celtics. Excuse me. Then they lost to the Hornets. Not a great team. Then they lost to Grizzlies. Not a great team. They bounced back. They beat the Hawks. Not a great team. They beat so they beat the Hawks. Then they lost to the Hawks because they're doing a lot of these back to back. They lost a tough game again to the Wizards. They beat the Jazz, and then they beat the 76ers, a good win there. And then tonight, they play the Grizzlies. But they've not played well.
No.
Consistently. Right?
Now, yes, granted, I think that's the case with a lot of the elite teams coming off the bubble, coming off the short off season. But but I'm not surprised with Brooklyn. But because it's just their talent is extreme. First of all, Spencer Dinwiddie was a big loss for them. He's out for the year. That's a big loss for them. He's a good bench player for them.
Well, you're in the Kyrie Irving apologist camp right now, but
no. Brooklyn, talent wise, is the best team in the East, maybe the best team in the league, if they're clicking on all cylinders. It's up here.
Let me go quickly through the roster. You've leading the charge, Kevin Durant, has played 6 games. I know he's missed a couple. Okay, he's scored over 28 points a game. Kyrie's played 7 games, but now he's out again. Okay, they've played 9. He's missed 2 games now. And I believe you said he might end up missing tonight's game. Is that correct? From the last
no, not Mike. He is. He didn't get on the plane. Steve Nash has not heard from Kyrie Irving in over 24 hours.
Wow. So that's a fact. So you're telling me Steve Nash has not heard from Kyrie Irving, one of their best players, in over 24 hours.
Correct. Kyrie Irving has gone completely off the grid.
And for those that don't know, yes, Steve Nash is the new head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. Love Kyrie, love Steph. You can love it or not. If your superstars do not look, I don't like load management, but I understand it. Okay, I don't like it. At my core, as a competitor, I don't like it, but I understand it. I understand guys throughout the course of a traditional 82-game season. This is a 72-game season. Okay, I'm willing, because of COVID, because of whatever, I'm willing to give guys 3 games off this year. So I'll say 3 to 4. I'm fine with guys. If guys take 8 games off a year. So in a normal season, if you're at 74 games instead of 82, I can live with it. I can't live with, if you're already at 72, I can't live with much more than 4 or 5 games off. I can't live with Kyrie's just pouty attitude and he doesn't like the way things are going. Look, I'm telling you what Kyrie's doing. Kyrie is 100% healthy. What Kyrie's doing, in my opinion, is he's flexing. Kyrie Irving is saying, I don't like what's going on in the world. I don't like this protest. I don't like this group or that group or Trump or whatever it is. He's flexing. He's stroking his power. He's testing his power right now. And I'm telling you right now what I would do if Preston Bailey was the head coach or the owner of Brooklyn Nets. I would trade him today. I would reflex. You want to flex on me? I would reflex on you. I would trade him.
Doesn't want that.
Are you going to get – I don't care what Kevin Durant wants. I'm getting them in the room, and I'm saying, Kyrie, Kevin Durant, if you are injured or feeling slightly off, I will give them the slightly off. I'm willing as a coach to give you slightly off. What does slightly off means? You didn't sleep well. You had a bad – you had too much fried eggs. You had the Impossible Burger. You had this whatever you had. You had the double cheeseburger with too much macaroni on it. That from BurgerFi or wherever you had it. Okay, you loaded it up. Like I tell you what, Monday I had BurgerFi twice this week. I love BurgerFi. I had it on Monday. I had the fried egg and the maple, and that's a bit too much. Fried egg and maple syrup and onion rings, and that's $2 wild. Okay, I'm telling you. If I would tell Kyrie to his face, Kyrie, sit out tonight. We're going to have a meeting tomorrow. Okay. When you get back, when you get in your space, because you've got some mental issues, we're going to have a sit down. Me, you, and Kevin Durant are sitting down because I believe, as Steve Nash, the coach, I believe this team can win a title. Tell me your thoughts.
No, I agree.
And then Kevin Nash. Or excuse Kevin Nash. And then Steve Nash is going to get feedback from Kyrie. And Kyrie's going to be like, well, I don't like this, and I don't like that, and I don't like 15 other things, and I hate eggs, and I hate meat, and I hate flat earth, and I hate aliens, and I love aliens. This conversation is going to spiral out of control. It's going to go down a weird road. I want to get buy-in from Kevin Durant first. Then I want to get buy-in from Kyrie. Because I'm going to tell him that the fans are angry, which they are. And they're going to say, the fans say to me, as the head coach, I need to consider trading you, Kyrie. Tell me your thoughts on that. And if he gives me anything other than we've got in the ballpark of 63 games to go, and I want you to go to play 63 more games outside of a serious injury, if he doesn't say anything other than that to me, I'm picking up the phone, I'm calling the teams, and I'm shopping them. What can I get? Can I get
Houston for James Harden?
Can I get James Harden? I'll take him. Can I get Kawhi Leonard? I'll take him. Can I get any other top 10 or 11 player in the league that's a guard or forward? I'm taking. I'm not taking, I would even, obviously, you're not going to trade Kyrie for Anthony Davis. That's not, LeBron is not going to co-sign for that. But tell me, is that crazy, or tell me your thoughts?
No, I mean, look, and this is what blows me away about the current state of the NBA. Not only was Kyrie Irving not fined, he was applauded by his team.
What do you mean he was applauded? Who applauded? His team applauded this move?
They had no problem with it. The Nets organization has already come out and said they're not going to fine Kyrie Irving, who just decided he was going to sit a game out. If if this happened in the NFL, let me ask you something. If let's say Tom Brady, well, no, that's a bad. Kirk Cousins. If Kirk Cousins decided I don't want to play this week, what would the Vikings do? They'd probably cut him.
Well, that's a bit extreme. They wouldn't cut him, but they wouldn't cut him, but they would be incensed. The Vikings fans, the Vikings team would be. Football is a different breed. Football is the next man up, but you better play. Football is you better tough it out and you better play. I understand the NBA has turned in a little bit of a Mickey Mouse, a little bit of a coddling league. Not a little bit of the NBA has become very they over coddle the players. They over coddle them. Okay, I understand a little bit of coddling is going to happen with professional sports, but they're over coddling Kyrie. And you're right, his teammates, surprisingly, I'm telling you what. Look, corporate America, NBA. Sometimes there's bloviating going on. Sometimes we don't have a problem with Kyrie sitting down behind closed doors. They have a problem with Kyrie sitting. So they're saying the right things, because right now, Game 9. They don't want this to be a problem, but I'm telling you, they have a problem. The Brooklyn Nets have a Kyrie Irving problem. I said to you, after Brooklyn was 2-0 and they look like the team to beat, I said, tell me how they look after 20 or 25 games. We're not even 20 games in, we're having problems. We're not 20 games in, and we're having problems. Time to take some Mountain Dew here. Right?
Right. No, it is. It's just.
Here is our team. Let me say this team, and I'll go to you. So we got Kevin Durant. You got Kyrie Irving leading. Carlos LeVert is playing well in a reserve role, 15 points and change. Joe Harris playing well, 15. Jared Allen's a very good player. Timothy Cabaret is playing great, 9 points a game. And then you got Taurean Prince, and you got some other role players that have played well. This is a very, very good team. There's no reason why the New York Knicks, why the Milwaukee Bucks, why the Indiana Pacers, and the Orlando Magic and the 76ers all have better records than you, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are 5-4 as well, and the Chicago Bulls, going through a transition, are 4-5, and the Hawks are 4-4. There's no reason why that many teams should be better than or comparable to you. Right, Cam?
No, I agree. But it's just, to me, this was the one thing that could bring Brooklyn down, and that was if Kyrie starts – because – he's done this everywhere he's gone. His high school,
jerk. Right?
He transferred high schools because he got bored.
Right.
He was a jerk at Duke, even though he only played 9. I think it was 9 games.
Okay. Well, he played 9 games at Duke, and he's played 9 games for Brooklyn so far. Not to mention the few games he played last year.
Right. We all know the stories from Cleveland. In the 2017 NBA Finals, which was his last, it was the third of the 4 straight Cleveland and Golden State played, which Golden State won in 5 games. It was the first one with Kevin Durant. Kyrie cut off communication with the rest of his teammates. No one of his teammates heard from him outside of practice and games for 2 weeks. He didn't talk to any of his other teammates. And then, of course, it was that summer he requested trade. He goes to Boston. He was a disaster here. He treated his teammates horribly here. And now he's just – there's just – again, but I'm not going to give him the credit of saying there's something wrong with him. He's a attention freak jerk. There's just no other way around it. The guy thinks that he is here to save the planet. And to quote Charles Barkley, you're dribbling a basketball. That's what you do.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, we could turn this into an 1.5-hour show, but we're only going to go a couple more minutes. We're going to keep this under wraps here. Kyrie's a jerk. He's a bad teammate. That is what
he always has been.
I have not changed my opinion. I was right on Kyrie Irving 5 years ago.
LeBron James.
I'm glad that you have came to my side on Kyrie, because you fought me, and some of our biggest heated debates have been over Kyrie.
I got caught up. He came to my team. See, I'm wearing a Celtics hat. He came to my team, so I got excited, and I knew I knew he was talented. I didn't know how much of a jerk he was. And to your point, when you don't want to play with LeBron James, you're an idiot.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's a bad teammate. He's worried about flat Earth. He's worried about this tribe and that tribe, and he's worried about alien. He's worried about
everything but basketball.
If Kyrie wants to come on this podcast next week, and if he wants to call in right now, which he does, I didn't tweet him out, so he didn't have the number. He doesn't have the link. If he wanted to come in right now, I would gladly say whatever you want, Kyrie. Say what's on your mind. Say what's your piece. You talk about flat Earth, this Earth, or the other Earth. He doesn't love basketball. I want guys on my team that love basketball. Don't tell me about philosophy. Don't tell me about politics. Don't tell me about 15 other things
about how good it is to talk about.
You heard it here first. I told you, you were drinking the Kool-Aid. You said to me, oh, they're going to win the championship in Brooklyn. I go, okay, well, let's see what they do. Last year, Kevin Durant didn't play because he was injured. Kyrie played like 20, 21 games, and then he disappeared. His team made the playoffs without him. I'm telling you, this team could very well make the playoffs again without him. Kevin Durant has always got nagging injuries. He's always got these problems. He's not a guy at this stage of the game, in my opinion, that you can trust to play 72, 75, or 80 games or more. He's just not at that level. And I'm telling you, Kyrie Irving is spoiled. Kyrie wants to go on and talk about 100 other things other than basketball. Kyrie is not a basketball player. He's not. He's worried about 100 other things, right?
I mean, he's already said this is probably going to be his last contract. So he's got 3 years left in the league. He said that a few years ago that he was going to he's going to retire early,
right? Which
is right there between all the stuff, wanting to start his own league, not wanting to go to the bubble last year. He has no passion for the game. None. He thinks he's here to save the world. He thinks that he thinks it goes Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Kyrie Irving. He thinks he's on that class, and he's not.
Here are the guys. And I'm just going to name the scores. Okay, Bradley Beal, Steph Curry, James Harden, Damian Lillard, Luka Doncic, and also Kevin Durant. Those are today the leading scorers, the elite scorers in basketball. I'm telling you, Preston Bailey, Smash Mouth Sports, I would trade. No, not a hot take. I'm telling you, if I'm the general manager, owner of the Brooklyn Nets, if I'm Steve Nash, and the owner and the GM allows me to make this trade today, after my meeting tonight with Kyrie, and I don't like Kyrie's response, and I probably won't like his response because it's going to be terrible, as usual, because he's a horrible communicator. He's a horrible teammate. He does not respect Steve Nash. At his level, look, we're not talking about you're not talking about your guy that works at the mill and is not feeling good about laying brick for 8 days or making Fords or Mustangs or whatever. We're talking about a guy that's getting close to $40 million that cannot pick up the phone
and tell Steve Nash, I'm not coming tonight.
And text people. Dave on. And I said to Dave, thanks for coming on the show. Love to have you on anytime. He wants to come on again. He can't wait. He's fired up. Okay. If Kyrie is hurt and sore and both of his legs are broken and dilapidated, he can pick up the phone and send a text message to Steve Nash. Hey, I'm not feeling good because of X, Y, and Z. Okay. So those are the guys that we mentioned. I would trade him. So Kyrie is the 6th leading scorer in the league. I would trade for the 5 guys I mentioned above him. I would trade for C.J. McCollum. I would trade for Jason Tatum. I would trade for Jason Brown. Obviously, I would trade for Giannis. I would trade for Trae Young. I would trade for Jokic. I would trade for any of those guys.
No, I agree. Look, he was phenomenal in that championship run in 2016, and he did hit the biggest shot of the series. You can't take that away from him. He did.
Well, I'll take it away from him because he's a mercenary. He's a great player. He made a great shot. He played great. He also had LeBron James.
Well, not only did he have LeBron.
Let me say this before you say what you're going to say really quickly, and then we're going to wrap this up. Kyrie Irving has never played in a significant playoff series without LeBron James.
He has one playoff series win without LeBron James. One.
Period. He has not played in a significant, meaningful playoff run without LeBron James. It's like, yeah, Kobe makes a big shot with Shaq. Yeah, he has Shaq. This guy makes a great shot with Shaq. This guy makes a great shot with LeBron. This guy makes a great shot with Kareem. What has he done? He's got Kevin Durant, which is as good as anybody.
One playoff series.
His team is loaded. One playoff series. So go ahead and say what you got to say. Like and subscribe to this channel. Hit me at Smash TV Radio, but go ahead and say what you had to say.
He's a champion in name only.
Right. He doesn't have a championship pedigree.
He doesn't have a championship mentality. He doesn't. He doesn't love the game. He's not a guy that can carry your team, and he's certainly not a leader. And we've just seen this ever since he's left LeBron. How does he becomes more and more? The guy's just a burden. I mean, I can imagine how miserable his teammates are. The guy's a burden.
You're right. He's a burden. And I'm going to end it with this. I'm going to end it with he's a burden, and I'm going to end it with you can't manage Kyrie. You can't manage somebody that doesn't want to be managed. He doesn't love basketball. He's already checked out. You know, let me tell you something else right now. Game 9, Game 12, Game 20, yeah. We love Kyrie as a teammate. You're reading the script off the teleprompter. You're following the corporate mandate. I'm telling you, after 50 games of Kyrie showing up, doing crazy things, it gets old. And I'm telling you, I want to get his teammates. Here is our mission at Smash Mouth Sports. You ready?
Let's hear it.
We are going to continue to grow this channel. We are going to continue to build the brand. I want to talk to any of his teammates after I'll talk to them before, but I want to talk to them after 50 games. I want to get them on the phone. I want to get them on the show. And I want to say, Joe Harris, Kevin Durant, anybody, Jared Allen that is willing to talk, give me your honest take. Is Kyrie a good teammate after 50 games? Is he? He's not. He's not a good teammate, and I want to hear it.
There's a better one. His current teammates aren't going to say anything, but his former teammates in Cleveland and Boston, maybe they'll have something to say.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get Kevin Love. We're going to get all these guys. We're going to tweet to them.
Kevin Love. We're going to get Al Horford. Right.
Let's do it right now, live on the air. Let's get guys for Cleveland that are, if they're man enough to come on this show and they don't hide behind their wife or their girlfriend or their Instagram model. If they're man enough to come on this show, they can talk about it for 5 minutes. They can talk about it for 45 minutes. Let's go through a couple of the guys before we end this. Like and subscribe to this channel. If you feel like you got the stones to subscribe to Smash Mouth Sports, because not a lot of people do, because a lot of people are scared to subscribe. Like Kyrie, they are scared. And they suffer from lack of sacchinitis. That's a medical term, and you can look it up. Lack of sacchinitis. You've seen these where the breast bowls drop from some of the trucks. Kyrie doesn't have that. He suffers from lack of sacchinitis. So let's name the guys for Cleveland, just guys that come to your mind. So Kevin Love, let's interview him. Okay? Al Horford, Channing Frye. Okay? Who else can we interview?
Aaron Baines.
Oh, my God. Aaron Baines. Got no problems with Aaron Baines, especially if he comes on the show, but oh, my God. Aaron Baines. All right. Who else? The Mountain. Who else?
Tristan Thompson.
That would be a good guess. Tristan Thompson. Okay. He's on where's he at? He's on your team right now.
Yeah, he's on the Celtics, yeah.
How has he been playing so far this year with you?
Pretty good, but he's out with COVID right now.
That's brutal. That's brutal. You hate to see that. You hate to. I mean, he'll hopefully he'll bounce back.
Well, I think he'll be fine. Yeah, okay. He didn't test positive, but he was close to someone who did. That's why.
Okay. Anybody else that jumps out at you?
Anderson Varejao.
Where's he right now? Is he?
I believe he's retired.
He's retired. Okay, that'd be a good guy. We can get him. He's retired.
Richard Jefferson.
He's retired. He's also thinks he's a big dog at ESPN. He's a big dog, and he's climbing up the depth charts. He's trying to take over ESPN now. Anybody else you can think of? Anybody else?
Iman Shumpert.
Okay. Where's he at?
I believe he's retired as well.
We got to get some of these retired guys that are just kind of messing around here.
We could get J.R. Smith, but you forget what website to click on to.
J.R. Smith, I want nothing to do with J.R. Smith. He would be so – this show is so simple now. We've got StreamYard. You click a button, you come right in. I don't think J.R. Smith could figure that out. I really don't. I don't, because he is a kind of guy that when you're in the playoffs with LeBron, you say, Mr. Smith, please pass the ball to LeBron. Please shoot the ball if you're wide open, and he runs the other way.
And also check the scoreboard.
Check the scoreboard. So like and subscribe to the channel. We are going to end this because Kyrie Irving is not on this planet. And this is breaking news. This just came across the wire. We're not going to go into it. We've only got a couple minutes to go. Donald Trump has been banned from Twitter. If you're watching this, it is January 8th, around 8 o'clock, 2021. And our president, like it or not,
like him or not,
love him or hate him, and I'm not going to get into it, he has been banned from Twitter. Cam, do you want to weigh in on that, or do you want to just...
I think that speaks for itself.
Like and subscribe. If you like that Trump has been banned, if you hate that Trump has been banned, you better subscribe to this channel, or we're going to send those guys that broke into the Capitol and they're going to break into your house tonight or within the next week, if they're not already arrested, they've caught most of those guys. The guy that put his leg up and his feet up and wanted to smoke a cigar like he was Red Auerbach. He thought he was Red Auerbach for some reason, breaking into the Capitol. Don't do stupid things. If you do stupid things, you get stupid prices. I know there was a lot of people that said they did it for freedom. They did it for Trump. Well, Donald Trump is sitting in an ivory tower for about 12 more days, and then he will be on the golf course. I highly doubt. I know a lot of people are saying they're going to come after him. They're going to do – no, they're not going to do any of those things. I think right now, Donald Trump, my take, I'm going to weigh on this once. I might get drawn into this in a couple weeks, but Donald Trump will be out of office in 12 days. And my take is he will he's banned from Twitter. He's banned from Twitter. Can he grab a microphone? Could he grab this microphone? Could he come down to downtown Tampa and take over this and get his Secret Service and knock people out and take this microphone? I'd interview him. I'd have no problem interviewing. I'd love to interview Donald Trump. I'd love to hear what he has to say. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to have him on the show. Will he come on the show? No, I doubt it. I'd love to hear what he had to say. I believe in free speech, but I believe in free speech. I believe in unpopular speech, but you cannot incite a riot.
Correct.
You cannot incite a riot. As the president of, I'm going to weigh in, as the president of the United States, they call it the bully platform because you have the golden microphone. You can wage war. You can do a lot of things where other countries, small countries, medium-sized countries, even big, strong countries are at your mercy. Like Jared Allen in Show Nuff, a lot of people call him Show Nuff. They have to kiss your Converse. That's an Enter the Dragon reference. For those under 30, look it up. Enter the Dragon. Kiss the Converse. If you are the president of the United States, the world has to kiss your Converse. Only American citizens are probably the only people free from the president, because even if the president wants to attack you, you are pretty free to say within reason being the key of what you want to say. So like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks again. We're out.